Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your readings for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you are returning, thank you for your loyalty and support. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. You will find all the other, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. It's a general reading. You'll find all the links to everything you need below, to all the other videos. If you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, there'll be also skip times. Because this is an intro, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading, and all the skip times will be below. And also, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, if you could like these videos and share them. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And there's just little things going on at the beginning of the week, but the major astrological event is happening on Thursday. Now, this can also be on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, everyone. And I know that on Sunday, I'm recording these on Sunday, it is Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those of you. And the day after Christmas, which is also known as Boxing Day in England, is Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to all of you who celebrate that. So on Thursday, the December the 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse in Capricorn, and it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is the 24th. It's happening on the 25th on Christmas Day in California, and it is happening in the UK at 5:13 a.m. on Boxing Day. Now, so this partial new moon solar eclipse happening in Capricorn is a very fortunate and lucky eclipse because it is connected to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and luck and good fortune, right? An expansion. So it's right next to it when this happens. So it's very fortunate. So the power of this new moon solar eclipse is tremendous because Jupiter will expand its power. I've already been feeling this aspect. Have you? I know I have had some quite fortunate things happen. I'm very happy. Gosh, listen, this is the last eclipse of the year, of the decade. We are ending a decade. There's a lot of energy when we switch from decade to decade. I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Y2K. I was just thinking about this the other day. If you are, some of you are too young to remember this, but 20 years ago, when we moved into a whole new century, there was a big fear of Y2K. There was, everyone was suspecting that computers would break down around the world and our whole lives would fall apart. And Y2K came and went without any kind of significant event. So we were fine, but it was so funny at the time how naive we were. Now, what else? Let's get back to the solar eclipse, shall we? New moons, as you know, are or most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, when they're together. And a conjunction is a very powerful astrological aspect. It's when the two planets that are conjunct are together. So it's very powerful. And not only that, we have this Jupiter conjunction too. So it's 3 planets. We've got let me see how many planets are in Capricorn right now. Let me check yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn. And by the end of the week, we will have 6. Not only do we have these 2 lights, right, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, conjoined, right, together, which is very powerful. At the same time, we've got the conjunction with Jupiter, as I mentioned, and we also have this lovely relationship with Uranus, which is this planet of sudden happenings and surprises. And because it's a lovely connection, we could get, surprise gifts. Listen, Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about energy. We're going to be energized, right? We're going to feel energetic. It's in a cardinal sign. So we're going to want to start things. It's a new moon. It's a brilliant time to start something, and perhaps a course in study, a business or a project or something new, and it's really important for us to have intentions and write them down at this time, and write them as if we are already experiencing them, because that is the law of attraction. So we really want to make sure that we write our intentions, right? Ask Santa Claus for our presents. Now, Capricorn is all about planning. It's about long-term goals. So really see the future. What do you want to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years? We're going to have this energy and this urge to start things and to plan things. Taking action towards long-term goals will be extremely satisfying to us at this time. Resist any inclination that you may have to sit back and procrastinate. Resist that urge, because sometimes we don't want to take action out of fear sometimes, right? Much can be accomplished at this time, so make the most of what is available. Now, on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter exactly. So we're feeling this already, right? And then it's going to be exact on Friday. And also we'll feel it afterwards. We'll feel this lovely, massive energy influx. The Sun represents life force, right? And Jupiter will expand that force. So it's optimism, it's generosity. We will receive gifts and good fortune, and also we'll feel generous, and we'll be inspired to give and to be generous with others. With this boundless energy, you will be able to do everything. It's like you'll want to do everything. You want to start all kinds of projects and get things off the ground. So it's really, with this boundless energy, it is a good time to start a new course in study or business or project, like I said before, with the new moon. So this is all. You also need to be aware, though, that Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So if it will expand negativity. It may expand your waistline, the holidays. Resist the urge to take that second piece of cake or the helpings. And, also drinking too much. We have to drink responsibly during the holidays. Don't drink and drive. Make sure that you have a designated driver, or you, get a taxi home, Uber at home, whatever you need to do. So just be aware of that, and keep your thoughts and actions as positive and as just have integrity and be honest and upfront, and keep your side of the street clean. It's very important, because we have Saturn at play too during this time. Rules and regulations. You don't want to get caught out there. Now, on Saturday the 28th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we have 6 planets in Capricorn, darling. And this is the planet, the sign of ambition, of, practicality, of planning ahead. So this is, the thought process. Mercury is about the thought process and communication. So it's, it's no frills. It's like, communicating, practically, and what's, without beating about the bush. Although when Mercury is in Capricorn, we're very cautious or very careful about what we say. So we're going to kind of be very, judgmental and perhaps skeptical of what people say. You may frown a lot. It's very, you know, Mercury in Capricorn is very conservative, and can appear kind of cold and calculating at times. Capricorn doesn't want to waste time, wants to get to the point and move on. So it may be a little dismissive and judgmental at times. So it's because Mercury in Capricorn has a very clear sense of judgment. So that's not a bad thing at times, it just, to be a little more thoughtful and deliberate, but very practical. So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Darling, we're at the end of the year. Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, and happy Kwanzaa. I don't think there's any other holidays around this time of year, is there? I don't know. If there is, please let me know. Whichever holiday you celebrate, I just hope that it's filled with love, abundance, and connections. Okay. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries for this coming week of December the 23rd through December the 29th? There's one. Two more cards for Aries. Oh, there you go. There you are. Interessant. All right, now, these are clarifying cards for Aries. Clarifying cards for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. There's one. Please clarify. Oh, there's the other one. And please clarify. There it is. Oh, too many fell out there. Please clarify. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's two. Okay. All right, Aries, let's take a look at your card, shall we? Okay, let me pull this a bit closer. There you go. There you are. The first card out for you is the Three of Swords, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Then you have the Hierophant, clarified by the Magician. We love that. Then you've got the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Swords. There we have it. All right, Aries. The first card out is the Three of Swords. This is pain. There's no beating about the bush. This is pain. This is this is a pain that's, an old buried pain that can be brought up by perhaps a situation, or maybe someone says something. But, people can say things or do things that stimulate this old pain that was probably installed when you were a child. And usually whatever stimulates it is not really what it's about, but it does bring it up and bring it back into reality. And we can spend, family can do this, can bring this stuff up. I mean, it's iconic, the image of the three swords going through the heart, heartache, pain, betrayal, that kind of gets stimulated. When the Three of Swords comes up, though, in a reading, it is saying, listen, take it in, feel the pain, because a lot of the pain from this card is avoidance of the pain. It kind of keeps it around a lot longer. So this pain dissipates over time as long as you're kind of addressing it. Listen, take it in, feel it, cry it out, and release it. You have the Knight of Pentacles clarifying it. And the Knight of Pentacles is known as the Green Knight. And he's all about practicality. He's all about determination. He's all about moving forward, but very strategically and slowly. So it's not about rushing into anything. It's not about reacting to this pain. It's about kind of taking it in and really mulling it over and thinking about it, taking every aspect of it in. Don't get carried away, though, with what's the word I want to say? The victimization of this pain, because this can be, you could become the victim. And when I say the victim, I mean you see it from a victimized point of view. And listen, you may very well have been victimized the very first time that this pain occurred. Or the situation that installed this pain, if you will. It's important to see it it's important to go back in, feel this pain, and then move out of it. Move on from it. It's very important for you to move on from it. And you don't want to stick around with this pain, especially as Jupiter's got this wonderful aspect to this eclipse. But so you want to move on from it, release it. Whatever stimulated this pain is not really the cause of it. So it's really important to kind of look at this and connect the dots. When did this first occur? Ask yourself. It is a familiar pain. The Three of Swords is a familiar pain. It's a repetitive, I always think of Eckhart Tolle with this card. It's the pain body. We recreate this pain throughout our lives by, associating with people that, perhaps unavailable people, or whatever this pain is causing. We recreate it in our adult lives over and over and over again, because the pain body kind of thrives on this pain. I suggest you read Eckhart Tolle's books, The New Earth Awakening or The Power of Now, to really kind of understand this and to be able to release it. So the next card out you have is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant's all about trusting that things are happening just the way they're supposed to. Don't think that you have been abandoned by source energy or God. Go back to your faith and trust that things are happening just the way they're supposed to. I'm getting the word wallow in your faith. Strange way to say that, but immerse yourself in your belief system and your faith, and trust that you're being taken care of. And look, you're being reminded that you're the magician, that whatever the life that you desire is there for the taking. You can create it. You have everything you need, darling. You don't need anything else. You may be in that place where you're like, oh, I want and I need, but are your needs really needs, or are they wants? But you can create whatever you desire. You have the power to be the author of your life. Create the life that you want. And look, you've got the Ace of Swords, and that's saying that the blocks are being removed. The Ace of Swords is the Ganesh of the tarot. So this is when, sometimes you may have started something that has, perhaps you're even ready to give up on something that you've started, or it seemed like a very challenging start. And when the Ace of Swords comes in, it's like a gift. Look, it's like things are going to start to move and shake. I always kind of use this analogy with this. It's like you're in the thick of the jungle, vegetation, and you're stuck. You can't move because you can't get through this vegetation. It's just blocked you in. And then all of a sudden, the heavens open up and you hear these angels go, ah, and down in a beam of light, there's a big machete. And you're like, oh, thank you. And you are wielding this machete and you are carving a path for yourself, right? It's look, you're getting the path, right? But it's kind of a little elbow grease. So it's kind of, the blocks are being removed, but you have to take action. It takes you to take action in order for these blocks to be moved. So do not procrastinate, get up, do whatever you need to do to get this path forged for yourself, because you have the machete now. So things will, blocks will suddenly, I don't want to say suddenly because it's not a fast happening. It's kind of a slow, steady happening. You're going to see the path. You'll see the beginning of the path. And clarifying, the Ace of Swords is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is really about kind of confusion. It's not knowing which direction to go, right? It's about clouded judgment. I always think of this as Neptunian, it's like there's so much, I don't know which direction to go in, right? So 7 is introspective. So I always say when the 7 of Cups comes into a reading, it's time to kind of go within because the answers are within. So quieten the mind and really take the journey within, because sometimes you get all this information from all these outside sources that just confuse you even more. And then you're like, oh, I really don't know what to choose. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do next, right? Just wield that path forward. And right next to the cups, right, the 7 of Cups is the Queen of Swords. She's very astute. She knows which way to go. She's very intelligent. She's cerebral. She can cut through the BS. She can cut through the crap, as I say, and her communication can be a little cutting at times, but very direct. And she doesn't mean to, she's going to tell you the truth no matter what. It's very kind of, in a way, Mercury and Capricorn, right? Like no frills. It's like just tell it like it is. Just get this, be practical. So I think that, the emotions, this confusion, which is cups are emotions, you have to kind of put your emotions to the side, go within, and take some practical, deliberate steps forward. You've definitely got the Knight, the Green Knight. He's all about planning. And that's Capricorn, about planning, right? It's about planning for the future. And just remember that you can make this happen. You are the magician. Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello, guys. You are my die-hard fans. I really appreciate you. Thank you for staying all the way through to the end. I just wanted to tell you I have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group I do a live feed every 2 weeks, and it corresponds with either the new moon or the full moon. And whoever attends, I look at their horoscope and see how they are receiving it. And I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer any questions. So it's a lovely group, like-minded people. We're all very positive and it's really uplifting. Such a lovely environment. So I hope that you will join my Facebook group. It is a private group, so you just need to ask permission to join and just answer a couple of questions. That's all. And you'll get in. Listen, guys, the 12-month readings are, a lot of people are getting them and they're really helpful. So take a look at my website. The link to that is below, and get a 12-month reading. And I throw in a little chart interpretation in there too, just some, things about your personality and good things to know, strengths and weaknesses. I throw that in just as a little special, a little special extra. It must be Jupiter expanding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next week. Mwah. I love you all.